Hey guys, welcome to Class with Cass. This is my YouTube series giving you the hottest tips and tricks of living your best student life. Now, for those of you who don't know me, hello, I'm Cassandra Hsiao. When I applied for college, my Common App essay actually went viral worldwide because I got into every single college I applied to, yes, all 17, including all 8 Ivy League universities. I selected the best one out of all of them, which was Yale University, and I recently graduated with a double major in theater and performance studies alongside ethnicity, race, and migration. Welcome to my channel, guys. The reason why I started this in the first place is because I want to be the opposite of gatekeep. I picked up so many cool tips and tricks and advice along the way, and I want to pass that all to you guys for free on this channel. I hope that this channel will serve to inspire and motivate and encourage you along the way of your college-bound journey. I have videos up on my channel, which is basically me reading and then breaking down the essays that got me into schools such as Yale, Harvard, Columbia, Brown, Stanford, UPenn, Cornell. I also have videos covering my extracurriculars, my volunteer work, my leadership roles, my honors and awards. This year, I'm revealing the essays that got me into the rest of the Ivy Leagues that I haven't covered yet, including Princeton and Dartmouth, and a ton of more material such as tips on how to brainstorm for your Common App, how to holistically view your application as a whole, and so much more. So don't miss out on future videos. Hit subscribe to my YouTube channel now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my blog. It's a new blog where I will be posting delicious tidbits, tricks, advice on the college application journey, so subscribe there as well. Also, at the end of this video, I have a huge announcement to make, so stay tuned for that. So in today's video, I want to talk to all of you juniors out there. Seniors, if you're watching this, congratulations. You should have submitted all of your college apps by now. And now the spotlight is on you, juniors. And yes, the time is now, the time to start to hustle and grind. But why now? Why so early? I think second semester of junior year is the perfect time to start planning for your college application season. Reason being, you've probably gone through all of the big life changes or big events in your life that make for good fodder in your essays. If you start drafting ideas and brainstorming right now in the spring semester of your junior year, by the time that summer comes around, fall comes around, you'll have had the luxury of looking at multiple drafts and deciding which idea is best and suits you and presents you the way you truly are to admissions officers. My advised timeline is to spend January to March just brainstorming ideas, and then maybe March to July drafting those ideas, and finally August and beyond you'll be honing your final essays. I want to share with you advice that I received from someone back when I interviewed him, and I think it's very applicable to the season that you're in.
Keep writing, don't stop writing. I think of writing as, you've got when you start writing, you're turning on a faucet. And when you turn on a faucet, the water's brown and it's full of whatever's just been in there and clogged up and waiting to come out. And then you just keep writing and writing until the water is clear, and that's when you find your own voice.
So the bottom line is, the earlier you start, the more clogged out water you will get. And by the time you get to, hustle time, the water should be clear. So for today's video, I want to give you juniors 3 tips to help you get you started. 1, don't get so tied up with the questions. So I would say glance over the questions, but don't obsess over them. We don't want you getting caught up too much in the weeds. Right now, we're in the early stages. We want to be thinking a little bit more big picture. So I want to ask you, what are some of the most important aspects of your life? And there could be a few different ones. It could be academically related. It could be extracurricularly driven. It could be a challenge that you went through, a specific family situation, and on and on. Even different parts of your personality could count here. So for example, in my life at the time that I was applying, I would say the 3 most important aspects were playwriting, journalism, and volunteer work that I did. So I would encourage you to brainstorm specific anecdotes that relate to these different areas of your life, and then just let it all flow out onto the page. Really embrace free writing here. Your inner editor is going to be like, this is trash, we can't use this. Maybe that's true. Maybe in the final version, it's likely that you won't use the stuff that you wrote down at first, but these are all building blocks. This will help you get to the next step. Number 2, figure out your values. So I love doing this exercise with my students. It's basically just really asking them to identify what characteristics or values are most important to you as a person and choose like maybe 3 to 5 of them. For example, for me, I would say my 5 maybe are creativity, justice, faith, optimism, and adventure. And it's quite natural that these characteristics that you've identified, they might stem, and they should stem really, from the aspects of your life that we've identified just now in point number 1. So for example, for me, I think playwriting from that demonstrated my creativity and my imagination. Journalism demonstrated kind of like the fun part of my personality, my pop culture obsessed side, as well as my hard work and my ethics, integrity. And finally, for volunteer work, I think that demonstrates adventure and leadership. So if you're having a hard time thinking of these key words that represent who you are, what's important to you, check out the links that I've put below. I will be linking to some lists with some great words that you might not have thought about, but maybe they'll really resonate with you. So again, let's go big picture with these values. Because you're starting so early, you have the luxury of doing that. Ask yourself, why are these values important to me? How did they come to be so important to me? Where do they come from? Who passed them down? Where did I learn them from? These are all questions that will help get you started. The goal here is you emerging with a truer big picture sense of who you were, who you currently are, and who you want to be. And that to me is one of the greatest gifts of this application process as a whole. 3, talk to your loved ones. Think about who in your life knows you really well. It could be a parent, it could be a sibling, a guardian, a teacher, even a really close best friend. Sometimes if we're stumped, it could really help to get out of our own heads, get out of our own shoes for a minute and talk to someone who knows us really well. They might be able to give you anecdotes that you don't remember or you don't recall. They might help identify qualities about you that you haven't been able to articulate before. Step out of your own head and talk with the people in your life. This might be really fundamental and inspirational for your college essay journey. So to summarize everything, bottom line is junior year is actually the perfect time to start thinking about your college application journey. So by the time senior year pokes its head around the corner, you'll be well equipped because you have spent all of this time incubating different ideas for different parts of your application. By starting early, you're basically guaranteeing that your senior year will be a more balanced, more healthy lifestyle where you get adequate amount of sleep without stressing so much about the college application process because, well, you've got a head start. I want to add that external help can be really valuable as well. So it's time for my big announcement. Drumroll, please. I am offering a college coaching service. Finally, yes, after much demand. If you are a high school junior or senior, I would love to meet with you and help coach you through the entire process of writing your essays. Fill in the form in my description below and I will get in touch with you about the pricing package, which is pay as you go, which I think is really unusual in this field and is beneficial to you because you can use me as much or as little as you want. Essentially, I offer both editing on Google Docs as well as one-to-one Zoom time with me where we can brainstorm for whatever essays or supplements that you need. So hit up the link in my bio and I can also advise on which package might be better for you or a combination of both. So I want to leave you guys with actually 2 free resources that I found really helpful during my application time. The first one is Sarah Harbison. So she has amazing guides and blog posts, all free of charge, that give this comprehensive view of the college application process. Bonus, she even has a junior guide, these monthly worksheets created specifically for high school juniors to get you started and make sure you're following the right timeline. So I recommend checking her out. Second is the college essay guy. Now, not only does he have great tips for how to tackle each type of college essay question, but he also has some really great examples on his website. So I would advise you to read examples earlier in your writing process rather than later, because you'll be like way too in the weeds. So get started early and read these examples earlier on. It's a great way to get inspired this semester. So that brings us to the end of today's video. Leave a comment below telling me just what kind of content you want to see, what kind of questions do you have, and I'll see if I can tackle them in my next videos. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.